Good morning, everybody. This is Paul McMillan II, and welcome to another live New York session. So it is July 6, 2022. And so we're going to actually do a live session on the AU pair, that's the AUD versus USD dollar. So let's go ahead and check the news. So it looks like we're going to have we're going to have some major news on the US dollar today around 10 o'clock. So we're probably going to keep an eye on that, definitely. So we're going to make a note of that. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing we're going to do is mark up the 15-minute time frame to the 4-hour time frame, marking up market structure. So let me go all the way back in price and go to the beginning so we can start marking up institution market structure and get an idea of where the big moves, how the big moves happen, and how we can get into those same big moves in the future. So be right back. Okay, so this is as far back as price goes. So now we're going to mark up institutional support and resistance. And these are areas in the past where the banks have gathered, done liquidity grabs, and then made a big move, kind of like what you see here. Liquidity grab, and just went all the way up to the upside. All right. And then, this is a good one here. Here. Yep, up here. This might be a good one here. Then another one up here. So now you kind of get an idea on how these look. And so now I'm going to actually mark up zones on these. Go to yellow. Yeah. So now we mark these up. We can move on to the 30-minute time frame. Go all the way back to our horizontal line, which is right here. So all of this needs to be marked up here. So that's going to be green. So basically just marking up floors. There's areas where, price has really respected and then made a big move. And these are the type of moves that you want to be in. The most consistent, most profitable moves. Guess we can move on to 1 hour. And we got all this up here. Let me see. Yep. So we're going to mark all of this up here. So I'm going to put a vertical line right up in this area. Make this red. Yep. Mark all this up. All right. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay. All right, let's move on to the 4 hour. You see all that we marked up. So now we got down to here, close to current price. So now what I'm gonna do is build places a demand zone down here, because this is pretty much close to the floor. Floor is the demand zone. And then of course I might build put a supply zone here. Well, another zone here. So let me make it purple. There we go. Now we're going to go back to the 15-minute time frame. And as you can see, of course, I built the zone here just now. And then there's the demand zone. Let me actually do this. Right there is good. Now, that's what we can put. Now, here's what I'm going to do now. Put it kind of close down to here. Now, this is where all right, so this is where we actually move on to the second step. We've already marked up market structure now. So now what we do is we go ahead and identify the current trend. So the way I identify the current trend is I look at the current price and see, is it a consolidation market, or is it a bullish or a bearish market? I could personally see that prices in the bearish market. We could see this huge drop here. And that's why they came back and mitigated half of this area, because of this huge bearish drop. And then price dropped a little bit more and a little bit more. So I would say that price is overall bearish, okay? And then I'll make a note of that over here. Overall bearish at this point. Now, the next thing I like to do is locate the most recent high and the most recent low. I do that with my higher high and lower low risk, higher high and lower low strategy indicator. So we can see that this is the most recent high here. So this is where I will place my break and retest line for a buy. So if I'm looking for price to buy up, I'm looking for the past this point. This is the most recent low here. So I will look for price to break past here in order for me to get a confirmed, to get a confirmation that price is going to sell even further. And the reason why I places break and retest lines is because I always want to get into confirmed trades when it comes to the retail. So that's what I want to do. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to turn on our supply and demand. Well, this is our institutional indicator. So this is where I kind of like to identify mitigation zones and imbalance gaps. So these represent mitigation zones and imbalance gaps. So when I look at this previous move here, this caused a lot of imbalance. And so did this a little bit. Now they came back and medicated half of this area here. So I could see that. Now, if they decide to sell this and it gets a confirmed break and retest and continue to sell, then it's going to keep on going to this next zone. But what they're probably going to do with this here is if they're going to medicate this, they're probably just going to use this as a liquidity grab and then maybe decide to shoot price up and buy it. But I think that it's going to probably sell. But if we get a confirmed confirmation that a buys or retest up to here, and then they try to mitigate this area, then it's going to be confirmed bullish at that point. But I think this is overall bearish at this point. So I'm just going to stick with that for now. But they did come back and mitigate all the way up until this point right here. But they still got all this area here to mitigate. So if anything, if it was going to buy, I would see price buying up to this mitigation zone and then drop it if it breaks and retest this line. So if that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and plan my trade. So if price sells, if it does, then I'm going to make my stop loss 20 pips. And I'm going to make first take profit 20 pips, give me at least a risk to reward of 1. At least that if I get it. And the first take profit is going to be here. Now, if price continue to sell down, then I'll see it go down to here, probably close to this demand zone. That's what I'll be looking for. So move this kind of over here. So that way I got some room to place the other risk to reward tool. Let me save my progress or save it for me good. That's if it sells. Now, what if they decide to buy it up? Then I'm looking to at least go up, at least price to go up to the highest to this mitigation zone. So we're talking about 20 pips each. So 20 pips would be all the way up to here. Now, as far as the second take profit, it probably might hit up all the way to this point. But if it does, I'll probably just expect it maybe to go up to here before it might decide to switch over. So that's what I'll be looking for, which would be 31 pips. And that's it. That's what I'll be looking for. That's how I would actually plan my trades. So let me go ahead and label these take profits areas. So this is 20 pips. So down here is 40 plus pips. Back it just a little bit, guys. Hold on. All right. This one's going to be 20 as well. Which is, yeah, so I say 30 plus. It's about around 31. So that's what I would be looking for. So what I'm going to do at this point now is I'm going to actually set my alarms, and then we'll move on to the next step. Be right back. All right, so we got our alerts set up. Move everything over here. Now the next step is turn on the Delorean EMA indicator. Wrong one. And I use this EMA indicator as extra confirmation on any analysis I do. So the way it works with this is when the yellow EMA crosses the red EMA, and if it's either below the 50 moving average blue line here or above, it usually signifies a very strong candle or strong trend. We saw how this dropped in the London session early Monday morning. So you can see the red EMA, the yellow EMA was below the red EMA. It crossed the red EMA and it was way below the 50 EMA, very huge drop. So when I kind of look at current price, I could see that the yellow EMA crossed the red EMA and is below the 50 EMA a little bit here. So it's below the 50 EMA. So it's probably a sign that we're probably in a bearish market. Now, one of the things I do too as well is I like to check investing.com. This kind of gives me a little bit of an idea of where pairs are at as well. So when I click on AUD USD, look at a technical analysis, and then we go to the 15-minute, they're saying a strong sell. So that's a huge indication that price is probably going to drop. So next thing I'm going to do is post my rules. And so what I typically like to do is push it all the way up to here if I want to. Yeah. So it's going to be, the New York session is going to be opening in about 6 minutes. So typically what I like to do is start looking for sniper entries at around 8:15 to 12 p.m. And then I wait for a confirmed breakout, and then I typically get in. So we'll just wait and see when price is ready to go. Probably won't really be ready to go into the 9:30 bell, but we'll see. So I'm gonna pause this recording. And once we catch a true move, we'll get in and we'll see what happens. Be right back. All right, guys. So price is starting to go above the 50 EMA, but it's kind of rejecting this area. I wanted to make a note of this. When I turn on the order block finder, we do see an order block up here. So price is probably going to resist this and probably shoot on down, and that's what I'm looking at. So we'll see, but I just want to give you guys that update so you guys can see what's going on. Let me turn the order block finder off. Yep. So yep, that is all. So it's the 8:30 candle now. So we'll see what happens between now and the 9:30 bell. Forward. I know we have news at 10 o'clock, so we'll see. So looks like AU might possibly be buying up. But we'll see if it's strong enough to break this area, close above, and then continue to go up. we just went into an 8:45 candle. So I'm thinking at the 9 o'clock candle, that might determine where AU is trying to go. So we'll just have to wait and see. We might be officially bullish, but I need to see it bust past here first. So we'll see. I'll pause this recording. We'll see what happens next. So it looks like price is approaching this line. So the question is price ready to go, or is it going to fake out? So to protect myself from a fake out, we have 9 minutes left on this candle. So I'm probably going to wait for the next candle to either close above or below. If it closes above, then I want to see if it's going to gather some momentum and really buy up. And if it does, and it's really, really pushing, then that's when I'm going to execute the trade. But we want to make sure we don't get into any fake outs. So number one thing we want to watch out for. Noticing that price is kind of pulling back a little bit. So yeah, so it's not ready. We got 8 minutes left to the next candle. We'll see what happens there. All right, so we're at the 9 o'clock candle. Price still haven't crossed or made its move yet. So we'll probably wait until the 9:30 bell then. And we'll see what AU decides to do. We might be bullish. We might be. But we'll see. We will see. So pause and I'll be right back. All right, so just to give you guys an update, looks like price is starting to cross this line. So I got 5 minutes until the next candle closes. So that's what I'm going to look for and see what the next candle is going to do. And is it going to continue to buy up, or is the next candle going to close above and then turn into a fake out move and sell down? So that's what we got to watch out for. So we'll see. We got about 5 minutes left. It's pushing up, but I got to look out for that fake out. So yeah, it's pushing up, but yeah, I want to see what that next candle does. As a candle is at its ends with. So let's wait and see. Yep, might be a fake out. So we got about over 3 minutes left. Just wanted to make a note of that. Yep, liquidity grab. Try to fake us out. Yep. We got over a minute to the next candle. We'll see what happens. 3, 2, 1. So now we're at the 9:15 candle. We'll see if this candle decides to buy up and gain some momentum, push up, or if it decides to sell down. So see what it does. Give it a couple minutes here. Looks like it's kind of pushing down a little bit. So I'll pause this recording, and then when price finally starts to move, I'll record again. Be right back. So we have about less than 5 minutes before the 9:30 bell. This thing is probably, I mean, this is like a full-on rejection here. So it's probably going to sell. But we got over 4 minutes until we really find out where it's going to go. So stay tuned. All right, so we have 20 seconds left until the 9:30 candle. That's when liquidity is going to officially set in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what price is going to do. So yeah, I've seen that candle before as well. It's probably dropping. And more likely, I'm probably going to get in. Probably going to start looking for snipers at the 9:45 candle. But we got news at 10 o'clock. That's the thing as well. So looks like price is not moving yet. Like it's starting to. We're going to pause and then see what price is going to do in a minute here. So it looks like this candle is rejecting this area again. So we have over 1 minute before the 9:45 candle. The news is what I really want to watch out for. So I probably might not get in until the 10 o'clock candle, unless price happens to shoot up. Oops. Unless price happens to break above, shoot up, and then hit this point before the 10 o'clock candle forms. Then we could take a decent buy and get out before the 10 o'clock news taking effect. So we have about less than 40 seconds. So we'll wait and see. I'll keep everything recording. Yes, I see there's a wick here is really rejecting this area. 15, let's see, seconds left. Three, 4, 3, 2, 1. 9:45 candle. It's like it's starting to dip. So I'm probably definitely going to wait for the 10 o'clock candle and see what the news is going to do. In order for me to get a confirmed breakout for a sell, it's going to have to break here. I need all the confirmation in the world. So we'll see in about 14 minutes. See what the news is about. Be right back. All right, so my computer kind of acted up, but the 10 o'clock bell is happening. If it passes this low here, I'm probably going to go ahead and get in. Yeah, it's pushing that area. Let me prepare for it. .6. 0.67981. Take profit is going to be 0.6. 7375. But I'm going to wait, probably might wait for the next candle. Let me pull up something real quick here. All right, let's see if it pushes through, if it catches momentum. Might go ahead and
take it.
Hold on, I gotta see it catch momentum first. Let me put y'all on mute. All right. Yeah, see. Might have to wait for the next candle before I take a shot at it. If it drops, will I get? It's probably good because then I'll probably hit this mitigation zone. Trying to do a liquidity grab, and this is news. So that's why we got to be very careful on this one. Let me pause this recording. Well, still hesitating. We got 10 minutes until the next candle. That's when I'm probably going to jump in. Unless this candle really start pushing down. Still hesitating. All right, so it looks like AU is ready to sell. The sell signal went off here. Now I'm waiting for the next candle to close, and I'm sitting and I'm going to see if it's going to gather some momentum. So we got about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep. So it closed below. Let's see if it gathers some momentum. See what it does. It's doing the doji. It ain't moving yet. But it might be signaling a sell right there. Uh-oh. It's pushing. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. I think it's ready to go. Yep. Yep. I'm going there. See, I'm in there. Oh, it's dropping. Yep. Kind of retracing back a little bit, but we'll see. I'll pause this recording. And once I get in the profit, resume this recording. Okay, price is really dropping. So I'm about to trail my stop loss real quick here. Then I'm going to share my phone screen here, 0.67734. So let me go ahead and share my phone screen here. So $211 profit that I made. Awesome. Do that now. Give me a second here. Yep, $211 profit, which is not bad. And it looks like price kept on, it's still dipping. So let's share the main screen here. Yep, still dropping. But it's probably going to hit this mitigation zone and maybe reverse. So it's good I got out. So that was pretty good. Yeah, got that one. Let me see here. Pause the recording to see if price goes a little bit more. All right, guys. So it looks like AU is pretty much kind of done with this move here. So we made some money with this trade. So it was a successful trade. So I'm going to go ahead and end this recording. See you guys next time.